Hello, how you doing?
How are you? I'm here. Yay, it works.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
And both Kathy and I need to be as I'll take care of the waiting room.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Honors Program segment. My name is Dr. Kathy Yorkshire, and I am accompanied by my colleague, Professor Lindsay Dodson. I will allow her to give a better introduction of herself shortly, but as you can see here on the screen, we have two other members on our team, Dr. Yuta Anriani, who is an assistant coordinator, and Mrs. Dolores Sesker Jones, who is our office associate. And so we are delighted to spend some time with you this afternoon to talk about all things honors program, eligibility, service, leadership, and how you just may want to join us going forward. And of course, if there are any questions, feel free to use the raised hand feature or type it in the chat. Okay, all right. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so here's our mission: to promote the intellectual growth and enrichment, civic engagement, and personal development of academically accomplished students. And our eligibility requirements. And just, I want to just pause here to say, don't worry about taking screenshots or trying to write all of this down. You can find this information on the college's website. In the search box, just type honors program. And also, before we conclude our presentation today, I am going to attach our honors program booklet in the chat. So all of what we share with you today will be there. In fact, this is really a condensed version of that. So for incoming high school graduates, we need to see a minimum 3.2 grade point average. Here are the AccuPlacer and RightPlacer placement scores that we need to see. We also want you to know that admission is open to everyone, whether you are in high school, full-time, part-time. New members are accepted throughout the year. All right, there are many benefits of being a part of the honors program. Number one, oops, sorry, I was letting someone in the waiting room. The first thing is academic advising. One thing that we like to say about being a part of the honors program is that honors students can come to us. In fact, we want them to come to us for academic advising. It's as simple as sending an email to Mrs. Sesker Jones or giving her a call to say, hey, I want to meet with someone to talk about my planning for next year or mapping out my 2-year plan at the college, whatever that is, and she will put you on our schedule. So typically our advising sessions last anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. And we like to see our students certainly one time a semester, but we prefer twice a semester at least, because we want to help you during your time at the college, but we also want to get to know you, right? We want to get to know who you are, yes, as a student, but what are your goals? What is it that you want to accomplish beyond just earning credits at the college or earning a degree at the college? And how can we assist you? You know, do you have plans to work after you leave? Do you have plans to transfer? And if so, where? And how we look at how we can help you either way. We also offer classes, honors classes that are specific for honors students. That is a benefit. So if you're not in the honors program, then you are not able to take an honors course. And when students do complete honors courses, there is a designation that is placed on their transcript that denotes honors. So when a student is applying for transfer, that transfer institution will see that the particular course or courses on the transcript were honors level courses. We have a citation in honors designation for eligible students. And for sake of time, I'm not gonna go into great detail on every point, but again, you will be able to see that on our website and in our program, honors program booklet. And of course, if you wanna meet with us after today, just reach out and at honors@pgcc.edu and schedule an appointment, and we'll be happy to speak with you further. We have an honors Blackboard site. So just like with your courses, it will say honors Blackboard. And that is where we house a lot of our information. We have a scholarship listing, an internship listing that we have developed over the years as a resource for our students. It's also where a lot of our documents are that it will help you as an honors student navigate through the program. We have co-curricular activities sponsored by PTK and Honors Society clubs. So Phi Theta Kappa, which you'll hear more about shortly from Professor Dodson, is an international honor society for two-year colleges. And the Tau Pi chapter is our chapter at PGCC. And I think you just may get a treat during our time together as we have invited some students to join us if their schedule allows, to share their experiences, not just with the program, but also as PTK members. And that it goes right into, you know, having the opportunity to meet with and interact with other honor students. We have resume workshops that we offer every semester. And that is a whole process. We have come to know what our university partners like to see. And so we spend time every semester scheduling the workshop and working alongside our students and making sure that their resumes are top-notch and good to go, especially when it is time to transfer. And then we also have transfer institution information sessions. So we have partnerships with several colleges and universities in the area. And they all, you know, typically either come to our campus or join us virtually to share the process for transferring, what they're looking for in applicants. They also share scholarship opportunities as well as deadlines. And, you know, with the scholarship preparation and support, we will review draft essays and give constructive feedback. We'll help to create a timeline from, you know, starting the transfer application process to concluding it. And you know, that is a process. You have to apply for graduation at PGCC. You got to make sure that you're on track to graduate when you expect, right? And, you know, just that whole process, we will work with you to hopefully make it a little bit less stressful. And hope, our hope is to always make our students feel most prepared. So our expectations, we have an honors program agreement that our students must sign and of course agree with. And it simply just states that the student will maintain a minimum 3.2 grade point average or higher, that the student would complete a minimum of 2 honors courses by the time they graduate. So some students get this confused, so I'm just going to try to clarify. It's not 2 honors courses a semester, it's 2 honors courses by the time the student graduates. So it's just 2 total. But of course, we encourage students, if it is in alignment with their program of study, and if they have the time and the room to take additional honors courses, then we encourage that. But 2 is our minimum. And then I already shared with you that we like to see our students twice a semester, typically at the beginning of the semester or shortly after the student is admitted to the program, and then closer to time to register for the next semester. So it really just depends on when the student comes in as to whether or not 2 appointments can be made in 1 semester. But we want you all to know that if the honors program is something of interest to you and you believe you are qualified, your academic best will be recognized, appreciated, and rewarded. And I wanted to just share a couple of photos here of students who have engaged in community service. Now, this was pre-pandemic, but as things are beginning to open back up and at the comfort level of the student, I'm pretty sure that service events and activities will resume in some manner going forward. And I want to just put in a quick plug about our signature event, and that is our scholarship awareness event. This is probably I don't know, Professor Dotson will correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say 3rd or 4th semester that we have done scholarship awareness events. And that is an event where our Phi Theta Kappa and Honors Society officers organize and plan an event where it's open to the entire student body, where you can learn all about scholarship opportunities, opportunities at the college, opportunities outside of the college, what winning scholarship applications look like, how to best interview for a scholarship, and things of that nature. So that is something that is in the works as we speak, and we will be getting the final details out probably in the next week or so. All right, I believe that concludes my part of the presentation. I have not been able to look at the chat, but I will do so, I guess, now in case there are any questions.
Dr. Yorkshire, I checked and I do not see any questions.
Okay, hi, Dr. Perry. I didn't see you come in. Thank you.
In space.
That's okay. I've added in the PGCC, our webpage from the PGCC college page. Sesker MD, that's Mrs. Sesker Jones's email, along with honors at PGCC. So I'm Lindsay Dodson, Professor Lindsay Dodson. I'm in the English department. I teach English as a second language. I've been with the college for 21 years now, and I've been at honors for 18 years as the assistant honors program coordinator for advising. So there's a lot of advising information in my brain. And it's my goal to get it out of my brain to all of the students that need that information. So I know a lot about many different degree programs. So that's one thing in the honors program. We have nursing students, we have engineering students, we have business students, we have public health students. We've got students across the board for degree programs. So that's not one of our incoming issues, whatever degree program or certificate you're working on. So the honors program is a PGCC program with the academic requirements of taking honors courses. Phi Theta Kappa is the International Honor Society for two-year colleges, and that's their national headquarters is in Louisiana. So they're external, and there are chapters all over Maryland, all over the country, and a few international chapters. So the hallmarks, let me see if
You're on mute.
have I been muted this whole time?
No, just the last sentence.
Just that it somehow, I don't know that I,
You're on mute
that's
again.
what it goes muted when I try and do the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Dr. Yorkshire, there we go. All right. So Phi Theta Kappa as this International Honor Society, the hallmarks are leadership, scholarship, service, and academics. And so really looking for that whole well-rounded student. The four-year schools love this, the brain in the book, which is great, but the four-year schools also are looking for the whole well-rounded person in terms of, great, you've got these great grades. What else are you doing? Are you in clubs at school? Are you doing volunteer work? And you should be doing all these things. The volunteer work, it doesn't have to be 20 hours a week. It doesn't even have to be 20 hours a month. But the whole idea of volunteering is that you're giving of yourself. Maybe it's 2 hours a week. Okay, maybe it's 2 hours on a Saturday morning. You're giving personally of the time on a Saturday morning. So find something that interests you. Also, even if it's only 2 hours a week, have you been doing it for 3 years? That says a lot about your ability to commit to something that's outside yourself. So Phi Theta Kappa is looking at that whole well-rounded person. All right, do we have another page on the PowerPoint? There we go, eligibility. Students have to complete 15 PGCC credits. So students who transfer in credits, and many students do transfer in credits from internationally or from other schools around the country, that's great. But when students bring in credits from other places, we give you the credit, but your grade is not on your transcript. So we need to see 15 PGCC credits on your transcript and at least a 3.5 GPA. Just to clarify, no, we do not round up from 3.4. I've had a student ask me. So it's 3.5 GPA and 15 completed credits at PGCC. There's a one-time fee of $67. That's one time for life. And at the beginning of each fall and spring semester, I do this behind the scenes tech run to get the names and email addresses of all the students who are eligible, this 15 credits or more, and the 3.5 GPA. And then I send out an email to all those students, which is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds every semester, and invite students to join. And that invitation is semester specific. So my first email went out at the beginning of September for this fall, late January, first week of February for this spring semester. And that will be live until May 31st. If someone doesn't join this semester, still eligible in the fall, I'll invite you again. So there are many benefits to joining Phi Theta Kappa, and that's probably the next screen on our PowerPoint. There we go. So the leadership, scholarship, service, and fellowship. There's my contact information for Dodson Law, Dodson LA. I also do advising with the honors program. So both Dr. Yorkshire and I wear multiple hats in terms of teaching faculty, honors program, advisors and coordinators, Phi Theta Kappa advisors also. So we have all of this involvement. So I do the advising also. And when I meet with students who are advising, it's an hour, usually every advising session. Next PowerPoint screen, I think. So, benefits of joining Phi Theta Kappa. This picture on the upper left is the Catalyst Convention. I believe that's going on this week or next week in Colorado right now. So an annual convention, Phi Theta Kappa students. We have had in the past in-person honors or Phi Theta Kappa induction ceremonies. Right now that's a little bit on hold with COVID. Phi Theta Kappa, your $67, that one-time fee, goes to this big, huge pot of money that Phi Theta Kappa has, but they give money out. There are many different scholarship opportunities for Phi Theta Kappa students. Depending on where you're going and transferring to the four-year school, some, not all, some four-year schools will have automatic Phi Theta Kappa scholarships. That if you're a Phi Theta Kappa member, here you go, here's a couple $1,000s. Maybe it's $2,000, maybe it's $5,000. Depending on the tuition of the school, it might be $10,000. So that's worth spending $67 to maybe get that several thousand. Every fall semester, I also organize and manage the Phi Theta Kappa All USA Academic Team Competition, which is a national competition that has hundreds of thousands of dollars that are different levels of scholarship and national recognition for students based on their leadership, their service, their scholarship, and their academics. And once again, this year, we have 2 national winners that applied on the All USA Academic Team Competition. We often, over the last 18 years I've been here, have had many, many students win recognition and some scholarship money at the national level. So that's really cool. And I work with those students closely on their applications. We do have regular meetings for Phi Theta Kappa. This Friday, the meeting will be a presentation by Mr. Alexander Pianim, who is the University of Maryland transfer advisor. He is a University of Maryland employee, but his job is here at PGCC to help facilitate transfer to College Park. So he's doing a presentation at noon. If you did not get an email from me, feel free to email me. I'll put my email in the chat again. Dodson.Law@PGCC. And I can get that email out to you for the link to attend that information session. It'll be specifically about, when we say University of Maryland, people think College Park. Now, remember, there is the entire University of Maryland state system. So College Park, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, University of Maryland Baltimore County. There's many different state universities under the whole University of Maryland system. College Park is the main sort of home campus. And so when people say UMD or University of Maryland, they are actually talking about College Park. And that's where most of the students after being here at PGCC move on to College Park. But so the scholarships, there are scholarships out there through the four-year school that are related to Phi Theta Kappa. Phi Theta Kappa has other scholarships. There are different scholarships also in the spring that are not tied to graduation. Some of the scholarships also do not require Phi Theta Kappa membership. So that's kind of cool. They're housed, the scholarship is housed at Phi Theta Kappa and they're managing it, but the money is going out to many, many different students. So joining Phi Theta Kappa is possible, including your last semester at the college, because you don't actually have to do other academic work. If you've got 45 credits in that 3.5 or 48 credits or 57 credits and you're graduating this spring, great. You can still join Phi Theta Kappa. The honors program You want to join as early in your academic life here at PGCC as possible because you want to be able to take the honors courses. And often students are doing all their general education courses that first and second semester, that first year with their English and the social sciences and humanities and the philosophy and the communication. And so when they join or want to join honors program their last semester, we don't have actual honors courses left for you to take because you've done a great job without us, which is wonderful. And so we will celebrate your strong academic success and, you know, give you information to help you with that transfer, make sure you've applied to graduate, which you need to do through OWLLink. But honors program you want to join as early as possible. Phi Theta Kappa is throughout your entire academic career at Prince George's Community College. And it is at PGCC. When you go to the four-year school, there are other clubs and organizations to join. You might get invited to join more than one organization. Maybe you're a math person. There's a math honor society. There's the psychology, I believe, honor society. You can join as many or as few as you like. It's up to you. Some have fees, some do not, but you're not required to join. It's an invitation. And it is recognition. It does go on your transcript because you are being recognized for your strong academic success. Right. Questions at the moment? Dr. Yorkshire, other points I should add?
No, I think you covered everything. I was just looking for the, I was trying to attach the honors booklet. I don't have the ability in the chat to do that, but I'm going to put the hyperlink here. So it should take you to the PDF.
Okay.
But yes, we also have an Honors Academy, which is the, I call it the scholarship component of the program. And Honors Academy students have to have a minimum of a 3.5 grade point average. They must be, at the time of application, must be in a position within their program of study to complete 7 honors courses by the time they graduate. And we want the student, well, not just we want, but the student must have an A in English 1010. The deadline is June 1st. So if you believe that you're qualified based on what I just shared, you know, reach out to us. We can get you an application. Yes, it is possible, Ashanti, for a student from AHS to join the honors program. In fact, we do have AHS students that are in our program and have been for at least the past 8-9 years. So check with Mr. Adam. His last name escapes me, but I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. I'll see if I can find it real quick, but you probably know who I'm talking about. Check with Mr. Adam. He's one of our contacts, our main contact, actually. And then I know that there is a guidance counselor, Mrs. Janine Reynolds, I believe is her name. So check with them. Yeah. Great question. Any other questions?
One thing I'd like to add for the,
Yes, Ashanti.
I was asking for my sister because she's in that program, so I don't know the names that you was telling me.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go to my email and put it, and I'll send them to you. I just can't think of his last name, but yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
in terms of the honors program, also on our PowerPoint screen a while ago, it did list a math requirement. keep in mind that math requirement at 0071 is a very low math requirement. Part of the reason for having that math requirement, and we know not everyone is a math person, so not everybody's engineering and computer science and loves math. It forces students to get on the math path. So you have to take the math placement exam. Not getting on that math path can and will slow you down in terms of your degree. Some degree programs only have one math. Great, okay. Some degrees, the engineering degree, the computer science degree, there are multiple semesters of math. And if you need to do other semesters of math to get to the math in the degree program, that's many semesters of math. So for math, when I do my presentation sessions, you have to get on the math path. So the honors program has a very low math requirement, but it does require you to take the math placement exam. So at least we know you have taken it and you have the potential to get on your math path. Okay, so questions about that? I know some people, when they see a math requirement, it's like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. So forget it. I'm not going to apply. It's a low level math requirement. And for Phi Theta Kappa, it's 15 credits at PGCC, whatever those 15 credits are. But we are here for you as to help you along your academic path. You know, where do you see yourself in, you know, what's your dream job 5 years from now? And how are you going to get to that dream job? Because you want to make sure you're on the right path to take the right classes. It's your time, it's your money. You want to be moving forward as best you can. And again, for Phi Theta Kappa and for honors program, part-time students and full-time students. That's okay. You do not have to be taking the 17 credits every semester. If you're part-time because you have a full-time job or because you have children, that's fine, as long as you're moving forward academically. So being a part-time student is fine for the honors program and for Phi Theta Kappa.
Yes, and I also wanted to mention the financial benefits for being in the Honors Academy. While in the academy, the student, their PGCC tuition and fees are paid. The college covers that cost. Also, if a Honors Academy student takes a class over the summer, the college will also cover the cost. So just wanted you all to be informed about that benefit. And really, you know, the benefit extends, you know, when the student transfers. So an Honors Academy student, let's say, is interested in UMD, which is one of our partner institutions. And the student does everything they need to do, you know, to be eligible for that transfer benefit, such as maintain the grade point average, complete 7 honors courses, abide by the academy, you know, agreement. And also in the past, we would require 15 hours of service. So since the pandemic, we have waived that requirement just to be flexible with individuals. But in the past, that has been a requirement, and I'm sure that requirement will resume at some point in the future. But then the biggie is to complete the program of study at PGCC. And so our partner institutions have agreed that with all of those things being done, that they would offer admission to our academy students and as also offer them funding. And each institution determines what that would look like. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
as I say to my students, questions, comments, concerns, complaints?
And as I say to mine, if all hearts and minds are clear, then you are free to go.
Well, thank you, Dr. Yorkshire and Professor Dodson for such an informative presentation. And Ashante happens to be in my class, along with Matthew and Jare and Jacqueline. So I'm glad to see that they are responding quite well.
Yes, how about that?
Yeah,
So-
maybe, yeah, I hope to see their names on the honor roll list next year.
Yes, I have no doubts at all. So
Absolutely.
Ashanti, I sent you a direct message with Adam Cornell's email address, so you can share it with your sister.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I just wanted to tell you that I knew about this program. I even tried to sign up for the application, but I didn't get in because I took all the honors classes, all the classes that was limited to honors already. I already had took them. So yeah, it's so sad, but it's okay. At least I could tell my sister about it.
Well,
And
here's the
hopefully
Yes.
thing,
she'll get in.
Ashanti, you will never be penalized for not having honors on your transcript. When you get to the four-year school, they aren't going to look at your transcript and say, oh, no, there's no honors. When you do have honors, it's that added benefit. So you've obviously done a great job without us. So continue moving forward.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome.
All right. We're great when we do a time schedule.
Yes. So I guess now's the time to stop. Let's see, the recording, right?
Any other last questions? Otherwise, right, then